Remember Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, the $10 trillion asset manager out there that is into Bitcoin? You're not going to believe what he just said on national TV. And the second thing he says is huge. Plus what Brad Garlinghouse has said. He is the CEO of Ripple. I got some interesting stories here. Anyways, first, please like and subscribe and check us down below if you want to see what we've been getting into and why we are killing it this bull market, or I should say it's a bull market because it looks like a bull market if you're a part of our CT club. Link is below. First off, before I get into what they said, here's some facts here. This is from James Lavish on crypto Twitter. He says in the US, the federal debt was in 2003 was $6.8 trillion and the GDP was $11.5 trillion. 2013, the debt was $16.8 trillion and GDP was $16.9 trillion. 2023, debt is at $32.6 trillion and GDP is $26.5 trillion. The reason why I brought this up is because Bitcoin loves monetary inflation and you haven't seen anything yet. This debt bubble is not going anywhere and the amount of currency printing is not going to stop. No matter who gets into office, no matter how much you pencil in that little tick box, it ain't gonna work. It's finished. The currency, there's no stopping the currency the way it's happening right now. It's a hockey stick right now and it's not gonna stop. All right, let's get into BlackRock. So we have Larry Fink. He says on national TV, more and more global investors are asking about Bitcoin. So he's kind of saying that, hey, the whole world, pay attention to Bitcoin. He's literally giving the green light to people all around the world that were scared about Bitcoin at first. Now they're like, okay, maybe we should because the largest asset manager in the world is talking about it. But here's what he said next. Bitcoin is going to transcend any one currency in valuation. This is due to global demand, which means that Bitcoin isn't going anywhere. It's here to stay, and everybody and their mother is going to want it. And this is coming from a man who essentially owns the entire globe, right? And he's also coming from a man who said that Bitcoin is just something for money launderers a couple years before. Back then, I told you he was adding to his bag of Bitcoin. He wasn't finished till now. Now I think they're ready for the price appreciation for Bitcoin, and that is why they've introduced these ETFs, and that's why they're probably gonna pass. And it's kind of coincidence that Brad Garlinghouse is able to keep his $150+ million that he sold of XRP. Speaking about him, this is what he said, and this kind of reiterates what I said yesterday about all this FUD happening around Ripple. Don't listen to it. I don't think it's valid, and here's why. He said the law of the land right now is XRP is not a security, and until there's an opportunity for the SEC to file an appeal, which could take years. So with what Brad Garlinghouse is saying is that, you know, it took 2 years for this court case to come to the conclusion that XRP is not a security, right? And so what he's saying right now is if they want to appeal it and try to even reverse it, it's going to take years to go ahead and do this. Now, what's even crazier is that the SEC is going to have to pay with taxpayers' money the entire court case now because they lost. And you know what, if they continue, if they go ahead and say, oh yeah, we want to appeal and try to reverse this decision, if they go ahead and do that and they lose again, that's even more taxpayer money that is going to be lost because the SEC is so hell-bent to try to destroy crypto. That's why they suck and they're manipulators and they're liars. Next, we have Congressman Richie Torres calls for 2 separate independent investigations of the SEC for its haphazard and heavy-handed approach to digital assets. So yeah, people are gonna hammer down now. It's kind of interesting. So I'm gonna end it with this. Okay, so Tyler Winklevoss said, despite the SEC's attempt to at a Soviet-style PR spin on taking a huge loss in the Ripple case yesterday, the mainstream media isn't buying any of their propaganda either. Here are two titles from the Wall Street Journal and the New York Times. So the Wall Street Journal front cover says, Ripple ruling deals a blow to the SEC's effort to regulate crypto. That's a very bullish title, which is very unusual coming from the Wall Street Journal. And the New York Times says crypto industry secures early victory in legal battle with regulators. So we can see the tide is turning. This is usually what happens when we are going to be starting or in a bull market. We see positive titles in mainstream media outlets. And so it's very interesting to keep your eye on. Anyways, there's so much more happening right now. I will keep you guys as posted as possible. But first, like and subscribe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.